Hello Aquarius, this is your tarot reading for August 2016 for love and relationships. So I'm going to shuffle for a few more seconds. Okay. Your first card is Four of Cups. Then we have the Chariot. We have Two of Cups. We have a Page of Wands, which has been showing up a lot in the other readings. We have the Tower. We have the Hermit in reverse. You've got a lot of strong major arcana cards coming out so far. This is Three of Wands reversed. You have Knight of Cups. And you have the World, which has also been showing up a lot in at least two other spreads. Okay. So I will pull the outcome card as usual at the end of the spread, at the end of the reading. Four major arcana. And my first impression. I have a feeling some of you are dealing with a partner, an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend who left you for someone else. I'm not seeing love necessarily with you, but I am seeing someone who's very discontent and unhappy, and this is leading into the Chariot, which is a huge push forward, moving on. And we see this as the moving on card. So when I get to this Two of Cups, I'm asking myself, I'm asking the tarot, well, what does this mean? Does it mean that after moving on, the Aquarius has found love? That is possible. I think that there's definitely some unhappiness here that either you or another person, because of this unhappiness and disdain or lack of affection, wanted to move on to something new. There needed to be some kind of change. The Chariot can also mean victory. Victory in love. You know, someone's not happy, someone's determined to be victorious in this relationship, and it could be you. Keep in mind also that you are an air sign, but strangely enough, I don't see any swords anywhere for some reason. But the Four of Cups is very interesting. It gives me a number of clues that when you're looking at this card, you see the young man pouting. So it just means being very tired, disgusted, not just, you don't want to have anything to do with this situation. And so that's why I'm interpreting this as someone making a shift or change away from you, not necessarily towards you. This unhappiness, the change, and then they find happiness in love. Now, this could be read a different way. Maybe this is a transition that you are making, okay? But there is a situation where a relationship developed, and it was something, a situation, a relationship that had a big influence or an effect on you. So we can assume that you're in this relationship. Okay? It could be someone who's a water sign. But I also like to see this as more of um, a, reflecting what was going on with the general situation, especially since this Chariot is the card of action here. So when we move, we go from Chariot, looking at your major arcana, this Chariot, it's about success and dominance and winning. And then we go to disaster, and then we go to extreme loneliness, and then we come to closure, things coming to an end. That's the story that's coming to me, that whatever's happening here with this romance, especially seeing that you have a Knight of Cups in reverse, someone who becomes very moody, temperamental, security issues, someone who's pulling the wool over your eyes, who's not who they seem. You need to be careful here. It could be that this person with the water energy is very needy and demanding. And I think it could be that you're giving in so much to this water energy that they have to have their way. Or someone else, you are, you're the one who's giving too much. Okay, the Chariot with these cups is telling me someone with water energy is just very dominant and influential. But it seems as if maybe you're connected to them and you're taking a risk with them. You're giving in to them when they're unhappy. So yes, a very dominant watery influence, someone's emotions who tend to manipulate you. So what's in the center here is somewhat of a disaster, an event that just completely blindsided you. This person, you thought they loved you, but when we get to this Page of Wands here, this is in reverse. This is a reversal of loyalty and faith and trust that comes along with this disastrous Tower. And now we have this Hermit that's been reversed. And usually it's a good thing. I think when you have a Hermit, when it's upright, this is about, sometimes it's not just about loneliness, but it's temporary loneliness. Sometimes it's about being very prudent and careful and wise. The Hermit is someone who is usually a wise man. They're like a monk. But when this is reversed, it can mean being slightly unreasonable, not thinking things through, and definitely fear. Because whatever happened here, this lack of faith or trust, it's really bothering you. Because now you're not sure you can trust this person. You're not sure about the direction of the relationship because this person pulled the rug out from under you. Or there was an event in the situation where the rug was pulled out from under you. When we get to this last row, keep in mind we have some important wands here. Remember what I said about the Page of Wands being reversed. Because we're talking about that lack of faith, that lack of trust, indecision. So when we get to this Three of Wands that's reversed, we no longer have the strength and the promise that things are going to work out and all of your ships are going to come in and there's going to be success. Instead, there's disappointment because maybe you were hoping for a future. You see the man looking out over the sea, over the water. There was a promise that something would work out, that this person with the watery energy really pulled you in. And so as we head into the near future, the feeling that, is this really going to work out? It could very well be that hope starts to really disappear. especially when you have this Knight of Cups in reverse. And remember, when we have these upside down emotions, whenever cups are reversed, especially with a Knight, you do have someone who's very jealous, very possessive, but also someone who tends to be very deceiving as well. And so that brings us to the world. That brings us to some type of closure or end. And it doesn't necessarily mean an end of a relationship, but it does signal that there might be this situation, this relationship might end up where there has to be closure on certain issues. It also means that the status of the relationship could change, that maybe things that used to be serious are now casual. And it can mean an actual change, as in going to a new place as well. It usually means, usually with the world, when we have these cycles closing, it also means a success. That you've finished this successfully and now it's time to move on. It could very well be that you may need to move on from this person because it looks like they are going to betray you. They are going to disappoint you in some way. And it might actually be something that this person says or does that might actually convince you, you know, I've had enough. And if you are an air sign, your tendency, you do have that mode of operation where you will just cut someone off if they cross you, or you just walk away suddenly, you know, and there's no in between. You know, you don't want to linger. You're done. When you're done, you're done. And so the world is indicating that you might actually come to that point with this person. But there is going to be a situation, as indicated by the Tower, that whatever this event is that's going on with you right now, it's going to be a deal breaker. So I'm shuffling for the outcome card. That was Seven of Cups that tried to come out. Okay. Okay. All right. This is interesting. I have the Devil in reverse. And that's not a bad thing. You don't want the devil upright. So we're dealing with a reversal of negative behavior and negative energies for sure. And that's always a good thing. Sometimes not as much. It doesn't mean that the negative issue's going on, because I see this devil clearly attached to this Knight of Cups and all of the emotional ups and downs with the cups. But it doesn't mean that this person, just because the devil is in reverse, it doesn't mean that this person will not continue to be petty and manipulative and difficult. So the tarot, just to summarize, it seems like the tarot is saying, as a warning to you, Aquarius, that the person you're involved with, or the person that you have this emotional attachment to, this person could be, the behavior of this person could be a little bit of bad news, and you need to be careful, because it seems as if you've been very long suffering through this whole thing, especially with this Page of Wands in reverse and this Hermit in reverse. You've been long suffering and just trying to hang in there. But this person just keeps making it difficult. They're all over the place. They go every which way emotionally, and it's taking its toll on you. And I have a feeling that the closure of the world, this ending of this shift in a certain part of the relationship that's going to bring you to the devil. You know, it's just, if you're trying to hang in there in this relationship and trying to be patient and work with this person, the tarot is warning you that this person is still going to act out, that you really do need to make sure you protect yourself. Okay? And I think that goes along with what I said earlier with the hermit. Don't be blind, don't be imprudent, don't make any wrong decisions. You need to think things through, take some space from this person, because as I said, I get a feeling that this person is very emotionally overwhelming for you, and that they do things that intentionally or unintentionally hurt you. It's a lot of emotional stress for you. So just be very wary or careful. And that is your reading, Aquarius. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your comments. I enjoy reading the comments. I love hearing from you, especially the regulars. Look in my description of the video to connect to my online appointment book. If you would like a more specific reading for you, I also offer video readings for $20. You can get your own video reading on any situation. So I hope you're having a wonderful summer, and I hope to talk to you soon. I wish you love and light.